Hasan Piker compares pets to slaves and condemns pet owners, as slavers. Now, this was my topic, folks, that I wanted to recommend. And while you're all still here, I wanted you to all check this out. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. But this was an old clip, folks, of Hasan from a few years back, making the comparison. That pet owners are in fact enslaving their pets. Dash, what do you make of that?
Very telling, considering what he recently got caught doing and lied about.
Yeah,
goodness me, no
very telling. Like, you know, when you the thing is, like, slavery isn't just like the servitude; it's like the complete dehumanization. Like, you own something, you can treat it like an object. And that's basically what he did with his dog. His dog was just a prop for his scream. And when the dog wouldn't stay still, he punished it.
Yeah.
Well, this is the clip in question, folks. We're going to play it fully, but courtesy of Drew. Quote, Hasan Piker explains his theory of pet ownership. Quote, when you have an animal, you have a literal fucking slave that you shackle every fucking day, pulling from their neck to take them wherever the fuck you want to take them to. And this slave is just for personal consumption. Well, here we go, folks, from the horse's mouth, the same horse that Sink Uyghur wants to fuck. Let's play this clip.
You are taking care of. You have an animal that you are taking care of. You have a literal fucking slave. And not just like a slave, but you have a literal fucking slave that you shackle, okay, every fucking day, pull from their neck and take him wherever the fuck you want to take him to. And on top of that, you fucking neuter your slave. So your slave can't have more slaves. And you have the slave for just personal consumption, so making yourself feel better.
Oh, this is
hilarious
because he's so
retarded. Animals literally these type of animals literally need a human to help them get by. They are animals who have a lot of inferior traits. We love them, we cherish them, and give them the world that we can, but they have a lot of incapabilities that they can't support themselves. They don't pay bills. We work to take care of them, to feed them, to brush them, to all those things. And he wants to try to make there's a reason they have ulcers, because they need us. We may not need them, but I guess on an emotional sense you could say we need them. But in terms of surviving, we can survive without a dog in our house if we need to. But we love to have them around because they are fun, they are lovable. So and they have, even with their limitations, we still find ways to adjust to them and have our fun too. Whether it's simple things like fetch, or crashing on the couch with the dog, little things like that. Dogs cannot function the same way. This is not true like slavery, because at least with slavery, that's a fully functional, compatible human being, and we're reducing them to something completely dehumanizing, as one of you guys wisely said. And we're trying to make that a comparison. This is very disingenuous, but we all know a guy like this is trying to be disingenuous.
Absolutely.
I know I mentioned, the comparison with slavery in regards to machines. I don't think that term is correct when utilizing, the complex machine that is modeled like a human being, because slavery is by definition a term that is economically good but morally bad. That's why there was the great debate about it, because guys, we know this is morally wrong, but we're making a shit ton of money out of it. It's like,
that's why it took so long to get rid of slavery, because that economic factor.
And that's why, folks, and that's why to make this comparison is fucking insane. Okay, it's insane because there's nothing of true economic value that can be derived from pet ownership. Because let's face it, folks, the majority of pets are adopted now. They're not bought and sold. Okay, folks? And I want to make this perfectly clear. If you are going to use a slavery analogy, What's your fucking solution? Roam free, lassie. Roam free. And then we're gonna have to use the Muslim solution. Right? Yeah. Do you know why? Because we'll have fucking millions of roaming wild animals catching diseases, and the only way to deal with it, good old Hasan Piker Muslim solution, will just kill them all because they're spreading disease. Okay, I think this is very disingenuous, and Hasan Piker is a very disingenuous human being.
Absolutely.
I say that when Lilith talked about this and she shouted, "I hate fucking humans." I said after the fact, that implies that Hasan Piker is a human. So there you go, folks. There you go in that regard. But Jose, what do you make of this? I
don't know about y'all, but my dog picks cotton all the time. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what? I mean, the fact that this idiot has the nerve to say this and talk about them as if they're just slaves. That's because this man, who I can barely call him a man, thinks that a dog is an accessory for his stream. It's a stream prop. Like, I should just keep my dog and force him to stay on the bed the entire time I'm streaming. No, it doesn't work that way. If you want that, get yourself a big ass squishmallow, put it where the dog is, and shut the hell up, Hasan. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then, he's gonna go and you get him neutered. You know what? I don't have him neutered because I would like him to carry on if we find, another, female dog from to settle down with, and have a legacy. His mother was my previous dog. She passed away of old age. So we've had boxers for a while now. The thing is, when you love your pets, you actually don't look at them as a slave. You don't look at them as an accessory. You treat them right. You treat them well. You can learn a lot about people by the way that they treat their animals and their pets. Like, hey, I know a lot about Digny because of the way he treats Dash. I mean, that's that.
Indeed. I'll tell you this, folks. If I wanted to be a disingenuous asshole, I would be like, Jose, you're enslaving that dog. You're enslaving it. You cut off your dog's tail because it disobeyed you. You enslaved its mother. You had it in chains while it was giving birth to that dog, and you were like, yeah, boy, yeah.
I will say this. We have a great contrast of what pet ownership is with Hasan versus people on this panel throughout the week. Whether it's Elijah, whether it's Halzo, whether it's me, you see the way that we treat our pets. And that's because the pets are not an accessory. They are part of the family. They are something. They are protectors. They are loyal. That dog would probably die for me if my life were in danger. All right.
Yep.
That's the reality. Now, Hasan's dog would probably do some things that we can't show because there's some AI clips of what that dog would probably do if it had an option to do so without the shot collar. But that's besides the point. At the bottom line, this is Hasan just continuing to dig himself a deeper hole, because the one thing that, whether you're right or you're left, that a lot of people can agree on is that mistreating an animal is a whole different level of low. Just ask Michael Vick.
Exactly. And that's why you should never mistreat your property, folks, right? Especially if it's yours. And I think if you are going to use a slavery comparison, I think the biggest mistake made during the era of slavery was the mistreatment of private property, which caused the various slave uprisings, which gave the moral abolitionists their reasons for getting rid of a horrible institution. Folks, look after your property. It's as simple as that. Whether it's a car, whether it's a dog, whether it's an Optimus bot, which is going to be a Neo slave before long, or whether if you have people, if you're responsible for people, if you consider people your property, most of the Muslim world do, then fucking look after them. Okay?
I can't wait till Hasan gets himself one of those robots and that turns on him. Because there is actually a Transformers comic where the military tried to control Megatron and it didn't work out so well for them.
That's a crazy bloodline, and I bet you it did not work.
And folks, that'll be the moment Hasan gets banned from Twitch, when his Optimus bot murders him. But while he's still here, folks, let's get Byron's perspective before he pops off into work.
I'll have to go right after him too.
Okay.
My initial thought when first hearing about the whole thing regarding his perspective, what he did, shocking his dog, and then hearing this previous clip about talking about, owning an animal is making it a slave. So he was against owning an animal. And then as soon as he thought, oh, wait, I should go ahead and get myself an accessory in a living form, what did he do with it? He abused it. I'm reminded of a quote from Clive Barker. You can measure a man's monstrousness by how cruel he is to someone that cannot fight back. We see exactly the scale or degree of nastiness of this thing in pants that calls itself a human being and streamer on Twitch. I don't know if there's any line that this individual would not cross for his own profit, his own benefit, his own what have you, his own gain. There is no line, it would seem, that he is unwilling to cross. Again, like the leftist that he is.
We're gonna